Hello again. Right, there's been an awful lot of noise being made about energy storage and the way that this is the answer, the solution to all the renewable energy problems. Well, to be perfectly honest, yes, it sort of is. However, you have to qualify it a little bit and sort of look at what sort of size energy storage you're looking at. Now, at one stage, you're looking at huge, big, megawatt amounts of power storage, the sort of things you put in salt caverns and gigawatts of power. And that's a completely different sort of story than something that CPSL do. We don't do that at all. At the other end of the scale, you've got these new systems coming on for domestic-sized installations. Things like the Tesla Powerwall and WattStore, and there's a whole load of them. I was just at the energy storage show in NEC the other day, and there's loads of them. Problem is, they only store about 5, 6, maybe 7 kilowatts of power, which isn't a lot. I mean, to be honest, electricity is only about 15, 17 pence a kilowatt. Hey, let's call it 20 pence a kilowatt. You're going to save £1 a day? Well, it's going to take an awful long time before you get back the £4,000-5,000 that a system like that's going to cost you. And also, how much are you really going to create from the solar panels on your roof? You really aren't going to do it. Now, the reason they're only storing that sort of amount of power is because of a thing called the G83 connection. And what that means is that if you have the capability of exporting, or if you're putting into the system more than 16 amps per phase, i.e. just under 4 kilowatts a single phase, or 11 kilowatts if you're a commercial farm or something, then you have to have a G59 connection license, and that can cost an awful lot of money and be refused and all sorts of problems. And most people just have, certainly most domestic situations, just have a normal G83 connection, which means that you're limited how much power you can put into the system. So all of the other systems on this market really just don't work. They work, but it's going to be a long time. You've got to wear a lot of sandals and like hugging trees and eat like brown rice before really you're going to be buying one of these things. However, there is a solution. And of course, once again, CPSL have come to the rescue and we have the solution. And we patented a way that you can store as much power as you want and have a usable amount of power in the property. So you can run the dishwasher and the washing machine and turn the kettle on and have the TVs, etc. on. You can do all of that and be connected to the grid as this magical G83 connection. Now, the way we've done it is we've created a synthetic grid that works in parallel with the national grid, and we've got a patent on it, and don't worry if that's how it works, etc. I mean, to be honest, I'll tell you we can turn water into wine, and I'm not going to tell you exactly how we do it. That's our patent, isn't it? So that's our secret. But anyway, what it means is that if you have a large country house or a farm or a factory or whatever, you can now put up as much energy generation as you like. So you could have 100 kilowatts or 20 kilowatts, whatever, on your roof. And what you don't use immediately, you can store for use later on. And you can pull it off in a reasonable, usable amount. So there's none of this sort of easing it into the grid as all the other systems do. If you want 5 kilowatts, you get 5 kilowatts. And you can still be connected to the grid as a G83 connection. So there's no grid upgrade costs. And better still, we even do a battery rental scheme. So you don't even have to pay for the batteries up front. So that saves you on capital expenditure. And it means that the whole system becomes much more financially viable. And that's the other thing that CPSL do. We monitor your system and we work out what you need, where you need it, when you need it, and how much you need when you need it, etc. And we then build the system for your needs. So you can't phone us up and say, oh, can I have a 20 kilowatt system? No, because we don't do one. What we do is a system that's specifically designed for your installation. And that's what makes it special, and that's what means that it actually pays for itself in a reasonable amount of time. Because one of the problems with the other systems is that the battery technology, they're using some really bad, they're using lead acid batteries and things like that, which for a start aren't very healthy for the environment, and secondly, they'll wear out before the system's paid for itself. So how's that going to work? And if you go for better types of batteries, they're much more expensive, and you'll take even longer before you pay for them. So we use upcycled nickel cadmium batteries, which means that first of all they're greener because we're upcycling them, it's second life, and secondly you don't have to pay for them. You rent them on a full maintenance basis, we monitor and check and everything, and if anything goes wrong we simply replace the batteries. Right, so there you go, energy storage, CPSL, really the only one that's financially viable in pretty well most circumstances. If you want some more information, give us a call, usual number 01704 841 848, and don't forget, if you thought this was useful or you like it, please press the share button and share it with your friends. Bye bye.